internet must be slow this morning. I guess it's not morning, it's your morning, my afternoon. So welcome back to another Chatting with Wisdom. And this is another special edition. And we are here talking again about the 7th Annual Women Inspiring Women Conference, The Power of Self-Love. So our early bird is ready for people to sign up for at any time that you want to. And we are really excited that we're going to be talking about this. And so we are excited to be welcoming Alyson Williams yet again. She was one of our speakers last year, and she is back again this year, and super excited that she is here to share about what it is that she does and that she does best. There was lots of feedback last year about how incredible that she was. And when they had their free session with her later, it was absolutely incredible, the feedback that we got. So welcome back, Alyson. How are you?
Thank you, Rollie. I'm absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much.
And so, so for people who don't know who you are and where you are, let's start with that.
Sure. So I live in Canberra, the capital of Australia. So I'm very lucky it's now 9:30 my time, because trying to connect with people on the other side of the world can sometimes be a challenge. And I love that you're so, flexible with that, Rollie. So I'm in Australia. And what I do is self-love is my bag, because one of the things I am very passionate about and have been forever, even before I took up coaching, was about loving yourself, because I believe how you feel about yourself is how you show up. It's how you treat others, and it's how you allow others to treat you. Before Whitney Houston sang The Greatest Love of All, George Benson sang it in about 1982, and I fell in love with the song then because it really spoke to me. And I'm getting goosebumps now as I'm saying this, and all along, it's all about valuing yourself first. Because if you don't value yourself, how can you expect other people to value you?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of really what I'm all about. And I also love empowerment, because I believe empowerment is about choice. And when you feel good about yourself, you can choose what's best for you. You can choose maybe putting yourself over other people. And when I say maybe, it's not really that you're choosing yourself over others. It's using that oxygen mask analogy, that you can only really look after people well if you are in the best physical and mental and emotional condition yourself. Obviously with the oxygen mask, if you put it on someone else first, they might have it on, but then you'll fall over, or you might not actually get to put it on them before you fall over. So then you have 2 casualties instead of 1. Because if you put yours on first, you can help many, many other people. So it's that same thing with, with self-love, is you really need to look after yourself first, value yourself first, trust and honor yourself first, and then you can serve others. Then you are able to be your fully present, beautiful self, to give everything that you've got.
And that's just so important. And I love when we use that analogy, because oftentimes, especially women, think that it's selfish if they are looking after themselves, right? Lizzie, come. My dog is about to jump the gate. And we tried to discourage her from doing that. But she can hear the baby downstairs. So she's like, I want to go down there and play. They're having some fun down there. So again, that whole authenticity, right? So I'm doing this at home, and here I am having a conversation with my dog, trying to get my dog to come back and not jump the fence. But it's just, and that's exactly what the entire weekend is all about as well. It's just being able to show up and being yourself, and people get really nervous and being about like, oh my gosh, like who am I going to meet and what am I going to talk about, and how I don't want to say anything, and I'm not really sure about groups. And what ends up happening is the ones who are normally the quietest ones are the ones that have the most insight, because they have that time to be able to sit back and be more reflective. And so it's incredible, because then when they actually do share, and what they share is so profound, and not somebody like me who's constantly talking and never shuts up, right? So
me too.
So I just love it. So what made you decide to do this again, Alyson? What made you decide that you wanted to come back and have another go at it?
Well, firstly, I just love you, Rollie. I love your heart. I love your philosophy. I love your ethos. And working with you is just so easy. You're so approachable, and you just make everything run really smoothly. And Last year, I was amazed with all the speakers you had, working with you. You were doing so much for us, and I thought, you know what? Let us do our own stuff, and let us give you a bit of a bit of an easy ride where we can. And so I just love that whole, attitude of service that you've got, and how you walk your talk. So that was obviously number one. And number two, well, this topic is absolutely my jam. I just love talking about self love. I can talk about it forever, nonstop, and it's hard to shut me up. So again, it was just a no-brainer choice to sort of put my hand up and say, "Hey, pick me. I want to come back, please."
and everybody absolutely loved having you come in and sharing your wisdom and the conversation. And you were right at the very end of day two. And so typically the very end of day two, the speakers are kind of like, oh no, I don't know if I want to be there at the end of day two, because like they're going to be tired and exhausted. And you just bring such energy to the room that even though we do have that, like we're into that, oh my gosh, like we're into the end, and you have that energy that just lights up the room, brings everybody going. And then when we did our bonus session afterwards, the group was still motivated and ready to go, and so, which was really exciting to be able to have you do that. So some people kind of drop off at that point for the bonus session, but which is fine. They have that ability of being able to catch the replay if they are a VIP. But it is really amazing in terms of that connection. And wherever it is that you're able to jump in, you joined us last year, and so again, being on the other side of the world and coming in and participating and being active. By being active, an active speaker, you were able to still get to know some of the participants at a different level, right? So, like, not just as a presenter, but as a participant, because the workshops that some of the other presenters were doing and that you were participating in, you were participating as Alyson, not as the presenter. Right. And it's just, that experience is just so incredible, because we get to know our participants at a much different level. And so the guests that come and join us and join in that piece is just so, I learned so much from the things that they share.
Absolutely.
Right. So I've been doing this for 25 plus years, and it's like, I still learn so much, and I'm always learning. And I think that you're a lot like that too, are you not?
Totally. I think that we're learning as long as we're living, and if we're not, then I think we are already dead. So one of the first coaches I had when I joined the coaching sort of program, he used to say you're either ripe and rotting or green and growing. So I much prefer to be green and growing, right, rather than ripe and rotting. Yeah. And so it's always to me about learning, continuous improvement, getting better, learning more. Well, it's not only going wide, it's also going deep. And I think the more we are open to that, not just we learn more in our head, but on all levels, because I'm very much about the holistic, mind, body, soul thing. And it just elevates your life. You're able to contribute to other people's lives, not just your own. So always open to learning more. And, I'm one of five and big family. So, being part of a team, being part of a group is important to me. So coming in to participate with the other participants and listening to the other speakers is, to me, it's a no-brainer. It's not even a question. Like, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, like that is, so because I'm facilitating and I'm doing things in the background, there are times that I'm like, oh, I missed that part. What did they say? And so I really look forward to the replays when that's the only time I ever edit is, it's not necessarily that I'm editing, but I'm cutting the parts out of the conversation, so that way everybody has their portion in the section. And so, but it's like, I love being able to say, oh, I missed what Alyson said at that particular moment because somebody sent me a message and was struggling with being able to get in or something to that effect. But we also have an amazing team as well that comes, joins us and helps with some of the moderation and helps with helping people figure out where they need to go and what they need to do. And so that's the other part that is like so incredible of being able to have have that piece. And the speakers, and not that the speakers were not good last year, the year before, or the last 6 years, but the speakers that are that have come forward for this year, it is just every year I'm so amazed, right? So like every year, and I say that every year because it really is true. Like the quality of speakers that are coming forward to be able to be part of this year's conference, and how things are flowing. And I was sharing that in one of the other interviews, where there's a couple of people in the group, that in the in the speaker group, that that our committee has chosen, that they're subjects that I'm like, oh no, I don't know that I'm going to feel comfortable with that topic. And so it'll be really interesting, because I have to grow in that space. I have to grow in that. So it's like, but I've got a couple of topics that I'm very standoffish about, because it's like, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. So those ones I have to figure out and make sure that somebody else is going to be in charge during those times, because I really need to be present during those, because I already know that for me is like, ooh, so I really need to make sure that I am very present during that time. And not that I don't try and be present with everyone else, but I consciously need to make sure that I am doing what I can in those particular areas, because those are the areas that we need to grow, right?
Exactly.
So
the very word I was thinking of, it's all about growth. And I just want to say, Rollie, I really want to acknowledge and honor the fact that you are stepping into what's uncomfortable, or into your discomfort, because we only grow outside our comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it's exactly those areas that make us go, oh, I'm not sure about this. Not only of what other people are saying, but even in our own life. I'm not sure I want to bring this up into the open, but unless we step into those uncomfortable and kind of sometimes icky spots, we are not able to grow. And if it's our own life, it's something we need to grow through, because otherwise it's like sweeping it under the carpet and then you trip up, right? Whereas if you get rid of it, it's kind of smooth sailing, relatively speaking. So I just wanted to acknowledge you for, stepping into your discomfort and, being willing to open your mind to that. So good on you.
Beautiful. Thank you. And so so when we choose the speakers, and I was talking about the committee, I am not the one who ever chooses the speakers. And so I did in the first couple of years, but then after that, it was like, no, I put it out to the committee. And so one of the people who are in the committee is my mom. And so where that one area is, that those topics that are a little bit uncomfortable, I was so surprised that my mom was one of the ones that actually stepped up and said, hey, yeah, this would be a really great topic. And I'm like, oh my God. And so that is just really amazing. And I love the energy that our committee brings, and the excitement that they actually bring to the conversations. And so because I have a lot of difficulty choosing which speakers, and because I'm like, oh, they're all amazing. It really is all amazing. And so for me to step in and say, oh, I don't know which one to choose. So we have a committee of about 5 women who actually, for the last several years, come together with the list, and they actually choose who they want to be able to bring in at what, not the times, because the times depends on when people are available and that kind of thing, because it is global. So, and we want them to be at their best. We certainly don't want somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning who is definitely not going to be at their best, right? So we want to make sure that everybody has that opportunity to be in that space. But yeah, so and it's incredible. And yeah. So what was your favorite part about last year?
Oh, well, actually, my favorite part was connecting with everybody and having conversations, whether it was, in the Telegram chat, but more important, I really love the face-to-face connection. So I love being part of the summit for the 3 days. And I love that it's 3 days and not just the one day. I'm actually talking at another one, and they're doing 12 hours straight, which I think is fairly hectic. They have multiple streams as well. So I'm really grateful that with yours, I'm able to come in 3 days within my time zone. And I guess I can come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, if I'm not speaking, I can just sort of, especially if it's one of those topics for me, that's kind of like, oh my goodness, that I would definitely want to be there to be part of it and listen to it. So last year, that's what I really enjoyed. I loved meeting the women. I loved having a talk with them. I loved actually, even when I did the bling one-on-ones afterwards, that was really amazing because then I got to know people individually and we got to form like a deeper connection because they were being very vulnerable and I was able to bring my tools, my skills, to be able to get them. As I say, you can have a breakthrough in the one session. So that was another level for me that I just really loved. I just love being part of the community.
Beautiful. And I love that. And so right now, our community is still active from last year, but as we're kind of moving along, we'll have some shift in the energy of who's going to be there this year. But it's amazing. And right now, our focus is the community of building with speakers and like getting to know each other that way. And that has been great. And I love being able to get to know people. I love the questions that come forward and then gives me some ideas of how to tweak again for next year. And so I just absolutely love this conversation and these energies and this ability of being able to do this one-on-one where other people get to know, because I'm getting to know the speakers at the same time. For you and I have stayed connected throughout the year, but but for the speakers that are brand new, and last year that was the situation with us, right? So I love being able to have that piece. So is there anything else that you would like to share before we head out?
I just want to say I really love the fact that you attract really quality speakers who cover a wide range of topics, and I can't wait to see the rest of the agenda to see what those sort of juicy sessions are that I probably need to attend as well. So I just want to acknowledge you for just being able to attract the most amazing women as speakers. And I love that, I just love everything you do. The fact that you even have a committee that sort of puts forward their input. So it's all very much, collecting other people's, it's about community, creating and collaborating. I just love that. And that's what this whole summit's about to me.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is that we have women that have been attending this for the last 7 years. Like this is their 7th year and they're so excited to be able to join. And so you would think that after 7 years, they would be like really tired of coming in. But like they said, like it's just incredible at how much that we actually learn each and every time, and that connection and that bond. And so like, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. We used to have a TV commercial for fly spray of all things. And it used to say, when you're on a good thing, stick to it. So I think your loyal crowd are on a good thing, and so they know they should stick to it.
Absolutely. And like I said, the every year I'm amazed with the speakers that are coming forward. So I can't wait to continue to meet everyone and do these one-on-ones with them and have that ability to share that with everyone else. So you definitely want to come in and listen to Alyson and the bling. Like there's no way for me to describe what it is like, but it is definitely incredible. So you definitely want to be able to come just for the ability to be able to get her free bling session that she actually offers. So, and if you have a VIP, then you have an extra level as well. So looking forward to connecting again, and looking for the weekend coming up. And as I've said, I don't know how many times, is like this weekend is so important to me that I'm missing my grandson's first birthday. So he was born on March 9th last year, and which was after the conference, the way that the conference fell. But this year it runs smack dab in the center of the weekend, and it's like, I can't change when International Women's Day is. So this is so important to me that I am not canceling or I'm not changing the date. So it's just really important to me. That is how passionate I am about this upcoming weekend. So thanks everybody for coming, and I'm looking forward to having you all join us. And thanks, Alyson.
Thanks, Rollie. I can't wait.
Okay, bye everyone. Talk to you soon.